Welcome to Box Wine Therapy, where the wine is cheap and the therapy's priceless.
We're two best friends, a couple of moms, and professional oversharers here to spill the wine and real life. I'm Kayla.
I'm Hannah.
Now let's get it started. We look so cozy. I can't help but look down here.
Welcome to Box Wine Therapy, everybody.
We look like we're 5 sheets to the wind because we're looking down here.
I'm not touching her crotch. She's very pregnant.
I'll show you.
Whoops. Oh, yeah. Give me that bump. Oh, look at her butt's so big. I just stick my whole head in it.
That's nice. That's a good
Not
shot.
in it, on it. She's very preggo. I've had 1 glass of wine, and I've now started my THC seltzer.
Yee.
So if I seem a little later, as we tell you funny stories, you'll know why.
I am so excited that we're doing another embarrassing stories episode.
It was needed. And now
Yes.
that we have enough followers that people participate more than just like, hey, you have to help us.
Right? Like, please.
It's going to be good. I'm pretty darn excited for this.
I'm excited because I haven't read most of the submissions yet. So
Yeah.
I know about a couple of them, the premise of them. So I'm ready to giggle.
So we decided tonight we were going to get together, and since we've already updated you on everything in our lives,
Yeah.
let's do
what
another
else do we have to
embarrassing
say?
stories episode. It's on like
What's
a
that?
bird.
Yeah.
That's our tortoise.
No, kidding. They make a sound like that?
No, they don't.
Okay, I was like, I didn't know they made
It's
sound.
so gullible. I'm hot.
Right before this,
I'm hot.
before we started recording, I said, wouldn't it be funny if we ever did like a wife swap, but like a husband swap one time? And then Hannah was like, I would ruin Keith.
I was like, I would eat him alive.
And then I was like, Keith would be crying, and then I would be crying because Rusty always like jokes about things, but he's so serious.
If
that
you
I
don't
can't
know his
tell.
sense of humor,
Yeah.
like my mom, there are people who come stay with us that are like, did Rusty mean what he said? I'm like getting texts throughout the time, and I'm like, Rusty, people don't understand your sense of humor. Cut it back. Okay?
But at least, luckily, anytime that he's like gotten me to the point of crying or just in general, my face always shows how I'm feeling, and you're usually in the room to be like, he's joking, and I'm like, oh, okay.
But she'll still cry.
I'll still cry.
We have a video of her crying at my wedding.
Yeah, that wasn't very nice.
She was so drunk.
I spilled my wine and a little splashed on the base of your dress. This is way after the wedding, by the way. It's not before.
Oh, yeah, it was end of the night.
After reception. It was after party.
And he was like, oh, just like how she spilled the wine and ruined our couch or something like that. And Kayla was...
Well, no, and then he said, so you can't come live with us now.
Oh, yeah, now you
Or
can't
something.
come live with us, because she was about to live with us.
Oh, wait, no, I lived with you at the time. Maybe I had to move out. Right?
Something like
I
that,
don't
where
know.
he was like, you're going to have to move out. And
I
I can't move out. And she starts bawling. We're at the after party. And I'm like, I couldn't drink. I was pregnant. And I was like, Kayla, he's joking. He wasn't joking. He was very mad at me. And I can't live there anymore.
And I'm like, here we are in Montana. I got to go home and somehow get all my stuff packed up and find a place to live.
And she was freshly
Immediately.
divorced. Like, just out of her, like, it was bad on
Not
top
even
of bad.
a month.
And-
It was like a couple weeks.
And old Rusty just can't read the room sometimes.
Yeah.
And Kayla's bawling. So I have a video of him like, Kayla, it's fine. I love you. It's fine. And she's like, you do. Just like, boo, 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 boo. She chipped her tooth
Yeah.
that night at my wedding.
Sure did.
Got carried to her room. Doesn't remember it.
No, I remember it. So what happened was I took my
You
heels
didn't remember
off.
the first person who carried you.
I didn't remember being... Oh, so no. This is... I got carried to my room from the bathroom that was attached to my room.
But we
So,
also
but when
found
I-
out somebody carried you up the stairs, which was Rusty's cousin. Jacqueline carried you up the stairs. We found out the next day.
Really?
Remember, we were all standing by
No,
the
I don't
cars.
remember that.
And she's like, how you feeling? And you're like, good. And she's like, oh, yeah, is your tooth okay? I saw you chipped your tooth. And she was like, Kayla was like, what? Yeah. And she goes, do you not remember me? She's like, I mean, I know you're Rusty's family.
I still don't remember.
And she just has a bad memory.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, sweet pea. She's like, I carried you up the stairs last night to your room. And she goes, you did? But Katie carried me from the bathroom to the bed. And she goes, I got you to the bathroom. You said you were good.
Oh, okay. I remember that. That unlocked a memory.
And
But the
and then
reason
we're
that
all
I-
like, thank God Kayla somehow didn't pop her poop bag or
Oh,
have her
I
poop bag
know.
open when she fell. Like, that could have been a
No
very
kidding.
messy bad.
So it was a double fall. So what
Yeah.
happened was, what I first remember, we'll get into embarrassing stories, but
Speaking of.
apparently. This is my
Apparently.
embarrassing story.
Yeah.
There we go. We found it. Okay, so I was wearing heels, as you do with your bridesmaid dress, took them off, and I'm going up the stairs. These are very steep stairs.
Log stairs,
And
too.
I
Slick.
didn't hold the front of my dress up, so I tripped on the dress forward. Funk, right onto the stair. And I don't know if I chipped my tooth at that time
or on the toilet.
or on the toilet, because apparently I fell in the bathroom too. I was trying to undress and then go in the shower, and then it probably didn't feel good and was like, oh, toilet or whatever happened. Who knows? Who knows?
All of a sudden, my friend Katie said,
Katie heard a loud thud.
Yeah,
Thank God she was like the next room next to
I
me.
just heard a loud thud and thought, oh, I should go check on her.
Yeah.
And she's like, and I hulked her up into my arms and I carried her to the bed. And Katie's not a like large, tall woman either.
No.
So she's like, and Kayla's like, you did? You're my hero.
She's like, I tucked you in and you were just like, thank you. And what's crazy, so I must have chipped my tooth in the bathroom, I think, because like I busted my lip too, didn't I?
Yeah.
Because I remember like that's what I looked at first and I was like, oh my God, then my tooth was kind of chipped too. It still is to this day. I just
It's not.
uh-huh.
I thought you got it.
It's no. So I did
You filed it down.
nail file.
It. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was the outer part.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it doesn't look like it.
Yeah. Fixed it myself.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I just drank the rest of the trip. I stayed drunk so I would never feel the pain. That's probably the lowest of my entire life, probably.
Which,
you know what I mean? Like,
duh. Yeah.
duh, but also like that I was telling Hannah before, I'm like, I can't think of embarrassing stories because
I blacked them out.
I must block them out.
Yeah, block them out, not black them out. I mean, she blacked out there too.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't even want to remember that time because I'm so like,
been there, done that, where that's been my coping mechanism too. So that's why I'm like, I wasn't judging her at all through any of it.
Yeah, but it's so annoying
but
when you're the sober one and you're like,
but being pregnant
and
you can't even like join in on it.
Yeah.
By the end of 7 days with all the drunk people, I was just like,
and traveling in general,
and 6 months pregnant.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm fucking done with everybody. I don't want to be around one more person drinking alcohol, and I want to go to bed. But anyway, I had a big old camera shoved up my bladder 2 days ago.
Oh, yeah. Wait, did you share your most recent massage story too?
Yep.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I
and
did.
then you got it redone.
They called me. They actually did call me, everybody. And they were, well, because I messaged.
Sorry to divert. Your other story was probably more interesting. Be like, you had a camera, wait. And I'm like, but that's not what you got redone.
So they messaged me and they're like, hey, we'd love to redo the services for you. We're really sorry you had a bad experience. And I was like, okay, perfect. So they did. It was fantastic. Now I would go back. I would just make sure.
Just have that person.
Yes. But anyway, so I still have bladder pain. I don't have bladder infection anymore, but I have bladder pain. And I was like, can we just make sure we don't have anything like stabbing, like no mesh coming through, no nothing? Because it is like both sides of my bladder and it hurts like a period cramping all the time. And I said, I don't like when I bend or twist, I can feel it on 2 sides. And so they had this camera, a big one.
It was thick. She showed me a picture.
It was thick. That's what she said.
You should post a picture.
I should.
After this comes out.
Yeah. I sat down because I've seen my PA now how many million times since my surgery. And I looked at her. I said, hey, bestie. I said, I bet you could pick my vagina out of a lineup right now, couldn't you? And she goes, oh, my gosh. And I was like, I mean, I'm just saying, you've seen it enough. And then there was a girl that had to pop in and she was like, well, we're going to put the screen up right here just in case anybody else has to pop in. I said, oh, at this point, everybody's seen my vagina. Like, it's totally fine. Just leave the door open. You got any students today? Like, bring them in. Come on.
Come on in. Let's show it off.
Show one, show all. Here it is, folks. Come on. And then she flips open the little thing that has the tray with the camera on it. And I look at it and I said, what's that? Where's that going to go? And she goes, your urethra. I said, oh no, baby. I said, my urethra isn't that big. It can't go in there. And she goes, I promise it'll fit. I said, that's what he said. She goes, your sense of humor. I said, listen, when you've had this many health problems at this age, you really got to have a good sense of humor about it or you'll go downhill fast. Right? And she was like, very true. So yeah, so they stuck the camera in. It was very cool. I got to see inside my bladder. I just got some tight muscles, and then because of my EDS, I got a lot of scar tissue going around the outside, and she said that's why I'm feeling so much tightness. So now I'm gonna have to get, not physical therapy, pelvic floor therapy, and they're gonna have to massage, like, just dig into my bladder to break up that scar tissue.
Ugh.
It's gonna be really fun, but
Awful.
other than that, life's good.
You-
Okay, let's hop
Anyway,
to it.
embarrassing stories. I'm excited
Oh boy.
to hear them.
Oh boy. And let's just all keep in mind here, we listen and we don't judge. Rusty! We listen and we don't judge. Okay? They're embarrassing, they're funny. These people chose to share their lives and their hearts with us. Okay? They're bearing their souls and other things. So I think we start.
With a milder one?
Yeah, start with the most mild one.
Yeah.
So I didn't fully read this one, so I'll let you read this one
Okay,
because
excellent.
I wanted to be semi-surprised.
Yeah,
I
I'll
got
have
the
some
gist
surprise.
of it, but I was like, oh, I'll let Kayla read this one.
Yes.
Okay. I just love our friends.
All right. She says, OMG, I have a goodie. I was so ticked with my sister. She was legit awful from age 14 to about 27 that I peed in her bed. Like I planned it out. Did it while she was gone, obviously, but I took a pic of what her bed looked like before. Then I took all the sheets off, squatted, and hovered over all parts of her bed. Every corner, all of it. Then I put a fan on it and waited for it to dry before putting it back together exactly as the picture looked before. So she took a before picture. It's not done yet, but she took a before picture of the bed to make sure she had all the pillows and everything arranged. After.
Squatted. I just picture like
Peed on it,
squat
all of
walking
it.
all over the bed. And how much water do you got to drink to make that happen? Oh, what?
It was a pillow top, so she would never be able to flip it either. She slept in my pee for years and never knew. I should feel bad about that, but I don't. It's the meanest thing I've ever done, and I'm damn proud of myself, she says.
And this person is like one of the sweetest human beings.
She goes, to clarify, she still doesn't know. So that's why I'm holding you to the anonymous part. That's crazy.
So when I like just onced over this, like glanced, I saw peed in her bed and I thought,
Yeah.
oh, like I was 7 and I
Yeah.
peed in my sister's bed and she didn't know.
This was planned.
Squat walked across the bed. You had to be really well hydrated for her not to be like, God, my bed really stinks.
Yeah, wouldn't you? You'd think you'd smell it.
I mean, I can smell my kids' pee
Right.
like
Yeah.
this much on
Yep.
their jammies. Like, do you smell like pee?
Yep.
Oh man.
Everyone that has a sister now that was like awful, they're like, is it me?
You would, if you know this person, you would never expect that from them. She's one of the sweetest, kindest human beings I've ever met in my life.
That is so funny. Oh my god.
And took a picture. That's meditated. Premeditated.
Absolutely premeditated. This
Don't-
is
don't
why
piss her off.
women killers are the smartest or whatever, the best, I think. Right?
Probably.
I mean, I don't know. Who thinks of that detail? It's amazing. Okay, that was great.
That's a really good
first
one.
Thank you for
Thanks.
submitting. You know what? I hope that we gain some traction on these embarrassing stories or just stories that you want to share with us.
Yeah, it
to
does.
share
You don't
on the
even
podcast.
you don't even have to have it be like, oh, we're doing embarrassing stories. Like, you
Yeah.
just think, hey, I got something for you guys.
A juicy
Just a submission.
story.
And
This would be awesome to have as a regular segment.
And I said embarrassing stories or confessions.
Oh,
So just so you
okay.
know how these are going to roll through.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I was like, that was kind of more of a confession.
Okay.
I mean, it's both.
Okay. This one's an embarrassing story / confession. Last year, I went party hopping with my friends and 2 guys I barely knew. I had just gotten out of a relationship, and my ex's side chick suddenly wanted to be friendly. And instead of coping normally, I smoked a little weed in a random frat guy's garage. I've smoked plenty of times before, so I thought I'd be fine. The second I inhaled, my soul left my body. My vision blurred, the room started spinning, and I immediately knew I made a terrible mistake. I panic walked outside while one of the guys was trying to calm me down, but there was no calming me down because I was actively ascending into another dimension. After that, I only know what I was told. Apparently, I went completely nonverbal and I had to be carried to the car like a dying Victorian woman. Then I ended up at the house of a man I barely knew, where this poor man slept on the bathroom floor while I violently threw up frat garage toxins for hours. After every single time I puked, I apparently announced, I am reborn, multiple times. So this man met me and immediately had to witness me greening out, spiritually transforming, and repeatedly announcing my resurrection from the bathroom floor. Then I had to spend the rest of college seeing these guys, knowing what they had witnessed, and seeing me at my absolute worst. Anyways, I survived, but I learned 2 things this night. 1, never trust mystery frat weed. 2, I'm apparently reborn.
That was hilarious.
I said, "Oh my gosh, this is awesome. So scary for you, but
Yeah.
very funny now that you live."
Yeah.
Like, please don't do that again.
Oh my gosh. Oh, it
I'm
remind-
reborn.
I was waiting for it to be like, and now we're married. And
No,
now we have 2 kids.
no, this girl's young.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Poor thing.
yeah. Folks, please don't do drugs.
Yeah.
Especially nowadays. We don't know where anything comes from. It's all about fentanyl. That's probably what she had. Like, thank God you lived.
Especially because it hit so fast. The
Second I
feeling.
inhaled.
Yeah.
You've been carried to the car. Like, okay, some of you are really great with storytelling.
Oh my God. The writing.
The
Just makes it
raunchy
even
one we
better.
have coming up is really well written.
Yeah.
Very funny.
Yep.
Okay. So another one, this one came as a voice memo because she could not write it. It's that juicy.
Oh. Are we sharing the voice memo?
No.
Okay, because I was like, that will make.
She did say, "I'll call and you can call me and I'll do it on the pod." And I said, "Girl, your voice is way too recognizable, and because this involves MLB players."
Oh.
I was like, "Nah, we can't do that."
Oh yeah, they
Said, I don't want to risk that for you.
because they
for
all
anybody.
listen to our
One day when
podcast.
we're famous, listen, okay, one day. Okay, so I asked her for a few extra details.
Ooh.
So while living in New York, one of our friends of the pod was working for a minor league MLB team, and they were going out one night, and she'd apparently, I don't know, they were doing something with the Boston Red Sox, and this guy noticed her. They ended up, all the teams went out for drinks one night at the bar, and she goes, before you know it, we just like locked eyes, and it was like a magnetic connection.
Ooh, wow.
He like pushed me up against the wall in the corner of the bar, and we made out to the point where we almost banged in the bar. It was so
Awesome.
hot. She was like,
Wow.
I've never had that kind of sexual chemistry with like anyone like that fast.
Yeah.
And she said it was hot and heavy for a minute there. He was separated at the time, but he had kids and the ex-wife thing, and she said apparently they got back together a couple years ago, so definitely not gonna share more details about who he could be so it doesn't get out there.
Yeah.
But she's like, "Yep." She goes, "I just decided, nah, I want my own kids, like, to be my first with my husband one
Oh,
day, not
yeah.
like." Apparently he was interested to take it further, and she was
Oh.
like, "Yeah, nah, I don't see that for
So just a
us."
great chemistry.
So she had a fling with a Boston Red Sox
Wow.
player.
More than just that
A
one night?
secret fling. They kept it secret because he was only separated, not divorced.
Oh. What, and it went I was ongoing?
It went ongoing.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like a one time.
No.
Oh, juicy. You painted that picture. It reminded me of the opening scene of, I think it's called, is it Sex Life? Remember that one show? I think it was on Netflix. Not the,
Of College Girl?
nope. Because I
Oh,
that's what
Sex
you're
Life, the
thinking.
girl, yeah, who, yeah. That was
And
a
it's
good
like a
show.
steamy, like they're
That
in a
was
phone
so
booth or something
steamy.
like that. Oh, so it's not the opening scene because the opening scene.
It's
No,
her,
yeah, it is
it's
actually.
her writing on a computer or something, like her fantasy about him. But then it turns
Okay.
real.
Yeah, yeah.
That was a good
Like it
show.
was real.
They dated in real life.
I know.
And then they broke up.
I know. But you know the chemistry. Love when it's there. It's
Sizzling.
hot.
That was a very hot show.
Yep.
Hubba.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Now I will pre-warn you about this raunchy one, folks. When I say raunchy, I mean roche. Roche. I was trying to say French and
Roche.
roche. Ooh. There we go. We listen and we don't judge. Remind yourself. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, this one is good.
I told Kayla, I said, I almost feel like maybe we shouldn't share this one on the pod. And she's like, no, it's way too good.
And the writing, so she's a great picture painter.
Great picture painter. Great at other things too. Okay. She says, and this is from a former stripper, by the way. There I was, 26 years old, no pants on, seated on the strip club's party bus, headed back from a rally.
Rary.
Rally. A biker rally where myself and about 5 other strippers were mad dogging me pretty hard right now, which I assume means they were like,
Yeah. And when you first read this to me, I didn't realize this was like after the events that
yeah,
occurred. So now I can see why they'd be mad dogging her.
yeah, mad dogging me pretty hard right now, had been sent to promote the strip club where we worked. I'm gonna be real with you. It's hard to make a case for yourself really about anything when you don't have any pants on. You definitely cannot make a case for yourself being not that drunk. We'd spent the day dancing on a portable pole. Toward sundown, a Hunter S. Thompson portion of shots had been poured directly at regular intervals into my mouth. I was drunk. It was hot. The sun was going down. The bus would leave soon. Oh, so it hadn't left. They were just done hanging out on the bus.
So I'm guessing when she started this story
Mm-hmm.
is like, there I was, we're headed back from a biker rally.
Seated on the bus,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not going yet.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
And she's saying, here's what happened.
Yeah. The bus would leave soon.
Yeah.
To my right, my drunken eyes attempted to focus on what appeared to be an oasis, a giant inflatable pool filled with water and no inhabitants. And I said, I gotta get in that fucking pool. Not wanting to dampen the only article of clothing I had on, I got completely naked. I was having a gay old time until life decided to give me the gayest of times. Red and gold biker cuts suddenly surrounded the pool, and all their old ladies started getting in and getting naked too. Considering I was drunk, a performer, a people pleaser, and a fool, I decided there was no other option but to perform cunnilingus on every hoo-ha that headed my way. I couldn't tell you how many pussies I ate, to be quite honest.
That
It
is
It was
wild.
enough that I was afraid to Google naked girl at a bike rally for a very long time. Needless to say, they came to collect me and get me on the strip club bus, where there was a mix of horror and shock on all their faces. I could not find my pants, but thankfully I was able to locate my thong and my flip-flops. How does one explain oneself in such situation? You don't. You get off the bus and you go find your pants and you start your life all over again. These days, most people just see me as a mom and a business lady. They'd probably never suspect that I ate out a bunch of bikers' wives in a pool. Party on, Wayne. Party
The
on, Garth.
the best storytelling.
I
I would
mean,
have never guessed that.
I guess the only reason I didn't want to put it on the pod was because I was like, I don't want a clip on the internet of me saying I ate out 20 girls in a pool.
Now it's gonna be a clip.
It's clipped. Okay. But yeah, so then I said, wow, that is not where I expected that story to go at all. Like, I thought it was gonna be like, oh, I puked on a guy or something like that. And so I asked her, I said, okay, now I have another question for your former stripper life. Did you ever fart in anybody's face? Or what is the most strange thing somebody asked you to do? Do you want to read this out loud?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I enjoy, as people enjoy murder mysteries, I enjoy
Stripper stories.
stripper stories.
Like,
I'm
have you been on Stripper
fascinated.
Talk?
No.
TikTok with the
Oh, like,
strippers?
the only things that I've seen is like the money counting and
yeah.
like get ready with me before
Oh, yeah,
my
yeah,
shift.
yeah.
Okay, that's what
I
it is.
mean.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
Stripper Talk.
No,
Yeah.
I love it. I'm fascinated. I honestly, if
That
I've always
Figures and
said
Talk, I like both.
yes. Oh gosh, and it's something where it's like so like forbidden for my current life.
Or any part of our life.
Not that I'm trying to jump in and do that, but I did think about it, after my divorce. I was like, what's going to make me the most money? Not me personally, but what could make someone the most money? And I'm like, well, darn, I have an ostomy bag. That was
Blinking, holding her back.
Yeah.
Gotta be somebody's camp.
Well, oh, well, I know. I probably could make a lot of money from it.
Okay.
But, so I like to hear these stories, and then it reaffirms why I'm
would
glad I
never
never did it. But please bring them on. I would love to hear it.
Okay.
She goes, I thought you'd never ask. To my recollection, I have never farted in anyone's face. However, there was a young guy. He was fairly young. He'd come into the club and ask for something extremely specific. We all knew him. He would pay for a lap dance, but he didn't want any dancing. He wanted me to stand on the couch and put my ass crack directly in front of his face so he could smell it. He never touched me. He was never disrespectful, just ass and face for 3 songs. You'd think pretty easy money, right? That's what I was thinking. I'm like, I can do that. Don't touch me.
I was
I don't have
thinking,
to touch you. Just
man, your legs
sit
would
there.
burn.
Oh,
3
the
songs of
thighs?
just sitting like
For
that.
sure. But take into account that for 9 minutes, I had to stand there a foot above the partition, making direct eye contact with every dancer, customer, bouncer, and bartender in the club.
It's like, I'm just picturing this.
Wait, is this out? It's not in like a room? It's out on the main floor?
There's just like a partition wall, so she's above, like her face is above the wall. So just picture like above a shower curtain, just like, hey, Bill.
That's funny. So she said, what kind of face do you make? Kind of a shrug face, I guess. The kind that says, yeah, I'm doing the thing right now. I'm assuming it's how it feels to take a shit in an open, co-occupied prison cell, which might be preferred. Then she starts the next part off. The strangest thing I was ever asked to do, and I said, that wasn't it.
That wasn't the Just hold on. Like, here's what I'm picturing. She just
so he could.
ended up like that.
Yeah, if you have to spread that. So you're probably already spread enough to.
I mean, you probably got his face right in there.
He's probably
and then just like
in the crack.
Hey, Dale.
Yeah.
How you doing, bud?
And everybody knows that this is like
hot dogs are $1 today. Make sure you get one.
And everybody in there knows that this guy likes that thing, so they see
and they're like,
anybody's head pop up, and they're like, "Oh, it was Rosie's time today." Rosebud, yeah. That's a good name for a stripper. You know, I could thrive in that because, like, my butthole would be the smell-freest.
But this guy liked the stink.
Oh yeah, so
because they didn't get warning. He wasn't like, go wipe it. He's like, she's like,
who's
no, I ate Chipotle today. Okay. And he's like,
so bean burrito?
Was it a side
cheese?
of nachos?
Well, I'm excited for this next part then. If she says the strangest thing I was ever asked to do. Oh God. Whew, here we go. And we have no idea, so I'm excited. Okay. A guy came into the club on a very busy weekend night. He was my demographic, older, white, nerdy dude. He was explaining to me that he was majorly submissive. His biggest fantasies included being used by women to clean, cook, even use him as a footstool. Major humiliation kink. Wait, what? Okay, so his biggest fantasies include being used by women.
Yeah, they like being humiliated.
To clean, like make him clean stuff?
Yeah, like get on your knees and clean the floor, you little piece of shit. Like, people like that.
Okay. Okay. Major humiliation kink. So mid-dance, he says, would you be willing to reach into your nose and let me eat whatever comes out on your finger? My little stuffed dude. I'm stuffed. Of course I said, fuck no. He said, I will pay you $100. So there I was. I look. It gets better. So there I was. I looked left. I looked right. I had a 4-second existential crisis, and I picked my fucking nose and let him eat it. I was $100 richer, But at what cost? At what cost? I'm telling you, her writing just is gold.
Oh.
I think we need her to submit former stripper stories, and that is a constant. We just need them all.
Can you please ask your friends to also send it? We want to do one whole episode of former stripper stories.
Yes, because and have her write it because her painting of the story is great.
So there I was. I look left, I look right.
Nobody's looking.
4 seconds.
She's like, I would never do that. $100.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that was so good.
That was good.
Oh,
that was.
Thank you for sharing your soul with us.
Literally.
Oh man. That was
funny.
Like my abs are gonna hurt tomorrow because apparently I don't exercise. Just kidding. I was gonna get her Rusty shit because they were saying something. Rusty's like, "Well, you don't exercise." I was like, "You say it like a bad thing."
Yeah, and I think I don't know if at first or eventually you took it as we were saying
because
you need to exercise.
She made a comment too, like, "No, that girl exercises," and I was like, "Both of you, shut up."
But you don't do what she's doing. That's what our point.
I'm yoking. I don't care.
But that's what our point was. We weren't saying you need to.
Well, apparently I just did.
It works. Exercise works out. She showed you abs.
Yes.
Words are hard.
My abs are hurting now.
My baby's gonna be like, "What the heck was that?
What are you doing?" I shake the whole bed.
Brooklyn came up and said, "Baby."
Yeah. She does it to my belly too. And I go, "Brooklyn, there's no baby in here." But she knows it because of you.
Oh, okay.
Now when she sees mine, she goes, "Baby?" I'm like, "No, only Auntie Kayla has a baby. Mommy just has a belly." And she's like, belly, baby.
I can't wait. 3.5 weeks or less.
She keeps having false labor stuff.
Oh my God, Monday, it was so intense to the point where I was like, I mean, I've had Braxton Hicks this whole time pretty much, and that was
But this is
whatever.
labor.
But this is like real contractions, like the body's just practicing. But I was able to get them to go away with, I took a shower, and then when I would like lay down, if I switched sides as it was happening, then it would relieve it. So ChatGPT said, as long as it's not getting worse or whatever. But it's kind of like, I just haven't really been thinking clearly about all of this because, you're always trained to like, they got to be 5 minutes apart, blah, blah,
right?
Whatever the 5-1-1 or whatever.
I wouldn't have thought it was different if you're having a.
I know, and so I was like,
but I guess you better get in there sooner.
Yeah, and for your second kid too, like it probably would come quicker, I guess.
Yeah.
So then Keith's like, well, how many contractions have you had? I was like, countless, and they had started at like 5 p.m. So right before he got home, and this was at like 7:30 or 8 or whatever, and he's like 10. I said, oh, way more than 10. He's like, in the last 3 hours you've had more than 10? I was like, yeah, probably 10 an hour, I suppose. He's like, that's like frequent. Said,
yeah, that's like a pattern there.
Yeah. I was like,
Timeable.
I'm like, oh yeah, I guess I should probably time him then, maybe, I don't know. But I said, the other thing too is that since I was able to get them to go away, if I wasn't, then the timing thing would have been a real issue. And I was like, I wasn't timing him, so I just would have been oblivious. I'd have been one of those girls that gives birth in a car or something like that.
Oh Lord, and you will.
And I can't.
No, you can't. You have health problems. You gotta get your ass in.
Yeah. So we kind of been on contraction watch, and luckily, they haven't happened like that night since then. But I guess it's common to happen in the evening and night times.
Yeah.
And so I've just had like sporadic contractions again, but nothing like that at all, which is good.
That's good.
But yeah, then I thought, oh boy, if we'd be going in early, I guess it's a potential. Yeah,
it could happen. Hopefully it doesn't, because we planned it. God,
right,
we planned it.
I picked a date and everything. They tried to give me June 2nd. I said June 3rd, please, because with the horoscope and everything. Someone out there with a June 2nd birthday is gonna be like, what do you mean?
What do you got against me?
You're just a little bit more emotional.
Gotta say, I side note, felt really old today when I was talking to one of the younger girls at work, like super young. She's like 22.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
And I told her, I said, oh, I have a podcast. You should go follow it. You have a podcast? Period. And I was like, No, I don't get a period anymore. I have a hysterectomy. No, I didn't say that.
Oh, okay. I was like,
No,
oh my
but
God.
I was just like, what does that mean?
It probably means like cool.
Yeah, that's what I took it as.
Yeah.
But I thought, I've never even heard anybody use period.
I always thought it was like to make a point or something. Like,
So now that you
period,
follow me,
you know?
period.
No, period.
I thought you said period.
No.
like,
Like just kind of, you know.
yeah.
Yeah.
But she's like,
Like,
oh,
cool.
you have a podcast? Period.
Oh, yeah. So see? So, yeah, cool.
Interesting.
See, that's
So
what
when
I'm
you
learning.
listen to this, like, love you, girl. Period.
Is she cool?
She's cool.
No,
I like
you.
her a
I was
lot.
asking her. Is she
Oh,
cool?
I'm dumb. Cool. Duh.
I try to, you know, the kids are always coming up with new words these days. Like the kid, not our kids, but, you know, older kids. And I try to pick up on what word would that have been in our day.
Yeah.
And so the tone is everything, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
Well, because it's like bet.
right. I know. All these silly words, and everyone thought that we were silly too, but, you know.
All right.
That's my line.
That's yours.
From our chaos to yours.
You're doing better than you think you are, and you're probably funnier too.
Bye.
Bye bye.